Hi, good afternoon, class. I'm your trainer for today. My name is May. So, we'll talk about food preparations and production today. So, before we start, we'll take an attendance. So, Steffi,
Yes.
Grace,
Yes.
okay. So next, we'll talk about class rules. So make sure you silence your phone and be on time for class. Be prepared for your own stationaries, eager to learn and ready to learn. Okay, and also to make sure to keep the training room clean. Okay. Have you all taken your lunch?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so today's date will be 15th of May. So the class will be about 2:30 until 3 p.m. So bear with me, yeah? Okay, so first thing first, before we start our class today, let me ask you a question. Is your food safe? Can
Ye-
anyone answer?
yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. So what is a safe food? Okay, so let me elaborate further. So first we'll go through kitchen hygiene and safety procedures. Okay, so these are our learning aims today. So by the end of the day, you will get to understand these four aims. Understand the importance of kitchen hygiene and safety. Second one would be identify key hygiene practice in the kitchen. Third one would be recognize common kitchen safety hazards. And the fourth will be apply best practice for kitchen safety. First point, understand the importance of kitchen safety and kitchen hygiene and safety. What is the objective of the importance of kitchen hygiene and safety? It is very important to maintain food quality, protecting customer health, and complying with food safety laws and regulations. Poor hygiene can lead to foodborne illnesses, cross-contamination, and damage to a business reputation. So this is very important. Okay, what are the key requirements for food handler? Typhoid injection is a vaccine, so it is a mandatory for all food handlers under Malaysia Food Act. So everyone will have to take this typhoid vaccination to prevent the transmission of typhoid fever. So all food handlers must renew their vaccination every 3 years. Next will be food handling certificate. All food handlers are required to attend food handling training program conducted by the licensed trainer. Upon completion of the training, you will receive a food handling certificate which demonstrates your understanding of food safe practices, including hygiene, storage, and preparation standards. So this is a one-time requirement, but may be updated as per organization or regulatory changes. Next would be identify key hygiene practices in the kitchen. Objective of key hygiene practices. Food hygiene practices are critical to ensure the safety and quality of food prepared in kitchens. Food handlers plays a central role in minimizing contamination risks and upholding public health standards. So we have to be very sure on how to maintain a very good hygiene practices. Second would be personal hygiene. Maintaining personal cleanliness is the first defense against food contamination. So as you can see from the photos on the side, it shows you good and bad personal hygiene safety. Okay. Next, hand hygiene. It is mandatory for us to wash your hand before food preparation, after using the restroom, and when we switch tasks in between. Okay, about health condition, we should prohibit to work while ill to avoid spreading pathogens. So make sure we only work when we are in a good health conditions. Attire, clean uniform and use of hairnets, gloves, and closed-toe shoes. Good attires will enable us to keep a good personal hygiene. Okay, so now 2.3, we will discuss about food handling practices. Proper handling techniques will be able to reduce contamination and ensure food safety. Separation of raw and cooked food. Separate raw and cooked food is to prevent cross-contamination. So it will be able to prevent raw meat and cooked food together. Next will be safe temperature. We need to maintain appropriate temperatures. For cold food, it has to be stored below 5 degrees Celsius. As for hot food, we need to store above 60 degrees Celsius. As for food storage, we need to use proper storage technique, such as storing meat below other food in refrigerator, separate raw material and cook food in the fridge using proper containers. Next will be cleaning and sanitizing. Maintaining a clean environment to prevent the buildup of harmful bacteria is also a very important ways in maintaining a good hygiene. Work surface and equipment. We need to make sure to clean and sanitize all surface, utensils, and equipment before and after use, especially when we switch between raw and cooked food. We also use separate cleaning cloth for different areas to prevent cross-contamination. Always remember to implement a clean-as-you-go policy to prevent build-ups. Okay, build-ups may have very bad consequences if we don't maintain a clean surface. Next will be cleaning and sanitizing. Dishwashing. Wash dishes in three stages. We need to wash with detergent, rinse, and sanitize with hot water or chemical sanitizer to make sure all the dishes are clean. We also need to do pest control from time to time. It is to keep the kitchen free from pests by sealing food properly, disposing of waste regularly, and maintaining cleanliness in all areas. Next will be waste management. Proper disposal of waste is essential for preventing contamination. Garbage handling. We need to use bins with lid and empty them regularly. It is to ensure no open areas. Also, we need to place waste in designated areas away from food preparation zones. Recycling and disposal. We need to separate recyclable and non-recyclable waste to meet environmental standards and keep the kitchen organized. Next would be recognize common kitchen safety hazards. Objective of common kitchen safety hazard. Kitchen safety hazards are diverse and can lead to accidents, injuries, or even significant operation disruption if not properly managed. Recognize this risk is the first step in creating a safe working environment for both food handlers, and customers. Below is a comprehensive breakdown of common kitchen hazards and strategies to mitigate them. Slip, trip, and fall. Okay, we need to make sure no wet floor, grit spill, and cluttered walkways, as this will increase the risk of slipping or tripping. What causes this? Is wet floors, spilled oils, and cluttered walkways. So in order to prevent all this to happen, we can use anti-slip mats, clean spills immediately, and ensure walkways are clear all the time. Next will be cut and laceration. These are caused by knife slices and broken glasses that can cause serious injuries if not handled properly. What causes this to happen? Improper knife handling or unguarded equipment. So we need to make sure to switch off the equipment when it's not used, especially slicers, blenders. So the preventive measures are using proper knife techniques, maintain sharp knives, and store the tools safely after use. Next will be burns and scald. It is contact with hot surface, steam, or boiling liquid that can lead to burns. The causes are hot liquids like soup, boiling soup, waters, steam, and open flames. So how can we prevent this? We can use heat-resistant gloves, and we have to be very cautious when we are engaging with hot equipments, and always monitor the cooking temperatures. Fire hazards. Fire can be result from grease buildup, faulty equipment, or improper use of flammable materials. So the causes will be grease buildup in the exhaust, unattended cooking, or flammable materials near heat sources. So we must always make sure to avoid having flammable materials near the cooking areas. So we need to regularly clean the exhaust system, monitor open flames, and have fire extinguishers on hand. Next will be apply best practice for kitchen safety. Objective of best practice for kitchen safety. Implementing kitchen safety best practice is a crucial to minimize risk, to ensure smooth operations, and protect employees and customers. Proper knife and equipment handling. Handling tools correctly is very important to prevent injuries and maintain efficiency. So, how do we make sure that we handle the tools safely? As for knife, we need to make sure to sharpen knife regularly to reduce slipping. All staff must be trained on correct use and cleaning of kitchen equipments. And we need to store knives securely when it is not in use. Fire safety practices. Kitchens are high-risk areas for fires. Food handlers must follow strict fire safety guidelines. In order to prevent, we need to conduct routine fire drills and train staff on fire extinguishers use, install smoke detector, and regularly clean grease-prone area. And all staff must be emergency preparedness. To ensure fire extinguisher and fire blankets are accessible, train staff on using extinguishers and evacuating the premises safely during a fire. This is very important for all staff to know about this. So these are the type and uses of fire extinguisher. So there are wet chemicals, CO2, foam, dry powder, water, wet chemical. Maintain clean and organized workspace. A clean and organized kitchen minimize hazard and improve productivity. Always make sure you clean as you go. In order to achieve this goal, we can implement a daily cleaning checklist and make sure all pathways are clear to reduce accidents. Storage practices. We can label storage area for easy access and to make it a organized workspace. Food safety and hygiene practices. Ensure food safety not only prevent contamination, but also align with regulatory standards. Temperature control. Use thermometer to ensure safe cooking and storage temperature. Avoid cross-contamination. Use color-coded cutting board for raw meat, vegetables, and cooked food. Always remember to wash your hand thoroughly before switching tasks, especially after handling raw ingredients. Personal protective equipment. We also call it PPE. PPE helps to protect food handlers from injuries and contamination. Standard PPEs are such as hairnets or hat to prevent hair from falling into the food, heat-resistant gloves for handling hot equipment or trays, disposable gloves when handling ready-to-eat food, and changing them regularly. Emergency and first aid readiness. Prepare for emergencies, ensure swift and effective response to injuries. First aid kit. Ensure a fully stocked first aid kit is available in the kitchen with items like bandages, antiseptic wipes, and burn gel. Also, we need to train the staff in basic first aid techniques, such as treating burns and cuts. Also, we need to report the incident. Encourage reporting of near misses and minor incident to address hazard proactively. So in case of any emergency or incidents, make sure to report to your superior immediately. So now I'll give out information sheet. So I'll give you 5 minutes to go through and check through. Okay, so now everyone have your information sheet. We have another 5 minutes. We have about 5 minutes time to go through it. Then next we will go for Q&A sessions. Okay, class. So now we will work on the Q&A. Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask me?
Hi teacher, I have the question. So what is it important for food handler to take typhoid injections?
Oh yeah, asking about typhoid injection. Okay, typhoid injection is to prevent the transmission of typhoid fever. It is a bacterial infection that can spread through contaminated food and fever. So this is important to protect the food handlers from this infection. So we have to do the typhoid injection for every food handlers, and it values for 3 years. So every 3 years, the food handlers have to take new injection. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Must food handler wear hot hat?
Oh yeah. All food handlers must wear hairnets or hats. It is important to prevent the hair falls on the food and cause food contaminations. So that's why normally we will have all the food handlers to wear hairnets or hat to prevent this to happen.
Why?
Or it is important for them to prevent if the hair fall on the food, it will cause food contamination.
Okay, understand.
Any other question?
No.
Okay. So now I have a question for you all. Is it important to maintain a good kitchen hygiene and safety procedures?
Yes?
Yes, correct. The answer is yes. It is very important to maintain a good kitchen hygiene and safety procedures. So this is the assignment sheet. We're giving out the assignment sheet for you. You may go through, it take about 5 minutes time. You go through and then to work on it, you have 5 minutes time to go through it. Okay, so we'll collect back all the assignment sheet. So now we'll do a quick recap on what we have learned today. So these are the 4 major learning aims that we have gone through today. First is understand the importance of kitchen hygiene and safety. Second is to identify key hygiene practices in the kitchen. Number 3 is recognize the common kitchen safety hazard. And the lastly is apply best practice for kitchen safety. So this is a short recap for what we have learned today, a summary. So on next class, we will go through on how to prepare and shape vegetables and potatoes. We will have the class on the 15th July 2025 at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. via Zoom. Okay, so that's all for today's. Thank you.